we were playing the game with him.
Yeah,
because
leave.
I know the game because I used to frequent bars a lot where they would have like the Halloween costume contest and they're like, it'll start at 10. Never starts at 10.
No.
It starts at 2 because they want you to stay and drink and
buy
get
drinks
more money.
And vibe and hang out.
So he was playing the game. It was like, oh, we have a special guest coming was the first thing he said. We were like, okay, sure, special guest. Who do we think it could be? Who's in town that's doing a show?
Oh, that was fun. We were playing
guessing.
the guessing.
Yeah.
We were like, what if Mariah Carey shows up?
Yes.
Oh my God, what if Shania Twain shows up? Which was cool because she ended up.
She went to Dina's show.
She went to Dina's show the night we were there. But we were like, who else is coming to Vegas? And I'm like, if Kelly Clarkson comes out, I'm going to lose my mind. I love Kelly. And I'm seeing her again in July.
I also liked the venue. Like, it wasn't giant, big amphitheater. It was literally a small, intimate kind of stage with a dance floor, private VIP seats around it. It was like a circle. It was like an oval shape of the whole space and the bar.
So it was such a vibe.
They to your credit, yes, like they let us down the rabbit hole a little bit, but then all of a sudden these curtains opened up and the live band starts that were so good that were worth it just for them.
That was
they
a
were
treat.
on fire. I mean, I wish I could remember their names. Insert name here.
I'm sure if we go
We'll
to
find it.
Instagram, we'll find it.
There. I mean, and they were so good and such incredible musicians, and like it was just that was worth it alone. But we kept drinking.
Yeah, we did.
And we kept staying.
Yep.
Because he was playing the game with us. Because we went back up after the band came out. We were like, lovely band. Was that the special guest? And he was like, no. Like, the special guest just got here, but I can't tell you who it is. I can't tell you when they're going on. So we were in this game. And at some point, we were like,
now.
We're going to
sucked
stay.
into it.
We're going to stay till we see the special
guest. We had a tab.
guest.
We were there. That's where we live.
Yeah. We just felt like we wanted
It was getting later. We might as well just commit to the bit.
So then plot twist. We noticed this fabulous looking woman or femme presenting just looked fabulous. She looked wealthy. She looked glamorous. She just was all the things. And I can't remember how we schmoozed our way over to her table, but she ended up sitting by herself.
Yeah.
Because whoever she was sitting with before got kicked out for taking a picture.
Yes, that's what it was.
Yeah, because they were taking a picture and they got like kicked out. So not only kicked out, but like forced them to open their phone and delete the photo. It was a lot.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, that was something. But somehow we managed to get our way over to this lady's table, and she invites us to sit down at like the front row bougie table.
She obviously it's a VIP table. There's
VIP
just two
table.
chairs, I think, and then a table,
three.
3 chairs. Yes, and a little table.
Yeah,
and she had bottle service. So they were bringing
she had bottle service,
ordering like bottles of champs and just hanging out. And we're like, oh, cool, yeah, we'll kind of sit here and
drink your drinks. I mean, she
offered
it.
She invited. She invited and offered
us.
She wanted to herself.
And
she's also smoking. She's just sitting there chain smoking. It's Vegas.
So
yeah.
This woman, and we'll keep like names out of it because 1, I can't remember her name.
Good. Right.
And 2, just whatever. But she ended up saying that she was one of Bruno Mars' songwriters. And so, of course, Dara and I are like, oh my gosh, we want to pick her brain. We want to ask her questions. Like, we got to, and so we like get her info. We like are talking. And so we're
sharing Instagram.
Stoked. We're stoked. We're like, oh my gosh, like, we just like had this magical moment. This stuff doesn't happen. This is like from the 70s. Like, oh my God, we're meeting this writer and we're going to get to talk to her and maybe we'll get to like collaborate. Like, we are thinking 20 steps ahead.
Yep.
You had this whole plan before I even came back to the table.
We were just in it.
And she was saying things like feeding us kind of like, oh yeah, like it's really great. Like she was kind of like giving us info. Nothing that would actually like mean something, but that to us was credible. Like she was talking about like she has this whole thing for Bruno Mars and she's got like this whole song and all these, like she was really like, we weren't Delulu. She was helping us with the Delulu.
We were poquito Delulu.
She was like role playing. It was a LARP event.
Yes.
Just giving you the lore before you engaged.
Yes.
So we're in it, and I had already broken my rule of like champagne after liquor. I was
I get it. I broke my rule:
Twisted.
cigarette after champagne after liquor. So.
I mean, it was just all, we were toast. And then 9 hours later is what it felt like.
Yeah,
it felt like
it
forever.
probably was about like 4-ish hours. Like we were there talking with her for a long time, and she was inviting us like please drink some of my champagne. Like she would push it in front of us and be like, pour yourself a glass, or like, here, pour my glass. Like she was riding this high of her new friends.
Oh
that
yeah,
she
we
made.
were all friends at that point. We were in it. We were. It didn't ever feel at any point that we were like taking advantage of the situation because she was inviting us into it so heavily. But what I didn't realize at the time was that she wanted us to help her.
Yeah.
And it all took a turn. So
Chrissy was kind of there when it was starting to go down, because like Bruno Mars finally comes out, like you said.
Finally comes out.
4 hours later, 9 hours later, whatever it is.
And we definitely had our moment too, remember? Like,
yes.
He and I, we locked eyes. Like, we had some, like, I guess, eye sex, if you will. For that bring it on throwback phrase. Like, we were having moments and it was, like, very obvious. I'm like, I must look good tonight. I was feeling great about myself. But then.
But Chrissy, you were up with her in the front. So she had moved up towards the front, which she said she knew him. Made sense that she would be up there rooting him on.
She also had a letter. She'd written this letter. Sorry. She had this folded up little crinkly little letter. She pulls it out of her bag. She's got it in her hand. Again, she's still chain smoking. And I'm like, I'm going to take one for the team, guys. I go to like have a cigarette with her. You know, it's a social thing. I hate cigarettes. I'm having a cigarette with her. I'm even lighting a fresh cigarette for her. I'm pouring her champagne. We're talking about a letter. We're exchanging Instagram stuff. We're chit-chatting. I think all she wants in this moment when she gets up to stand up to go, and I'm going with her because I'm like, I'll go with you, was to hand this letter to Bruno Mars. And at one point, she kills her cigarette. I walk back to the table, grab her smokes and her lighter, go up, light a fresh one. It was like such an iconic moment. I've got it in my mouth. I'm lighting it. Inhale, blow, exhale. Hands her the cigarette. She's like, yes.
You became her PA.
I was like, let me step in here. Hospitality, Chrissy is here. And then like she's got the letter in her hand and she's just got it in her hand. She's like right in front of all these people in the corner, and you know he's there, the whole band's there, and realistically, she's not gonna get this letter in this guy's hand. She's even like trying to look at someone to hand it to him.
Yeah.
And then it's all a blur after that. We go back. I think he's not done for the night, maybe ish. And then she comes to kind of sit down. I think she's kind of like in shock and just too much going on. She got overwhelmed. She passed out. Remember, she kind of fainted at the floor. And we're all like, oh gosh, is she okay? Trying to like, but respectfully until like somebody from security comes by. It's a whole thing. And I'm just making sure she's had her bag and her things. We've got our things. We're like, I guess we're going to walk out with them.
I love how calm you are about it, because I was like, what the
I'm very, for this fight or flight, I'm like, I'm pretty
So
chill.
she went to sit down in the chair, and she missed the chair, is what I remember seeing. And then she stayed on the ground. Someone came to try to like scoop her up, and she was like, no, don't touch me. So then we felt very like, oh, she doesn't want to be touched, doesn't want to be talked to. And obviously, Chrissy, you've kind of had this rapport with her. You were able to like get on her level and be like, are you okay? Do you need water? And she actually responded to you. And by the time she was like actually communicating back, security was kind of like in the room, right? Is that?
We were there. Of course, someone hits the ground and like people like start to, around. Like, it's like, what's going on? You know, and I'm sure a bartender might have seen something, made eye contact with security or somebody just floating around, because security does not necessarily look like security. They could just be a floater.
Yeah.
And then came over, and then I don't even remember from point A to B when we left the club. And there was like a back door we went out to.
They
we
like
did not go at the front,
us
obviously.
Out with her.
We didn't have to go, but we're like, hey, I think we're done anyways. But we should make sure she's gonna be okay. I don't want to like
we were
leave
like
her hanging.
concerned for our new friend. Like, we were like, oh, God, what just happened? Like, is she okay? Like, she was,
And now all of a sudden we're
like,
sitting out by
after
the
all
slot
the free
machine.
booze and stuff we just got, and I'm like, and our new writer friend that like we want to like get to know better. Like, we should make sure she's cool. Like, maybe she just drank too much. Whatever.
Yeah. Then we realized the Delulu really set in.
We go out there and we're sitting there, and it starts to be revealed that she is not, in fact, a writer for Bruno Mars. No.
Not even close.
Not even close. Nor even a songwriter.
Yeah.
She is writing a book that she wants Bruno Mars to be a part of in some way. And she has like hundreds of letters in her bag that she's been trying to give Bruno. And like all of a sudden it is very clear that one, she's probably not well, and two, she's probably desperate. Mm-hmm. But like the level of Delulu that like she was fully convincing that she was the songwriter, she knew him, she was this and that.
She was dressed nice, had nice glasses, like bottle service.
Like it just kind of went to show that like anybody can bullshit at any point, and we had been had pretty hard. And I mean, and she just kept going on. She's like, I need him to do like, and it's like you know, like a crazy fangirl in a movie. It was like that level of like.
I mean, I don't trust anyone in general, but I don't really. But the part about I don't remember like the songwriting part of it.
I mean, to be fair,
you were talking with her way before. Oh yeah, there was that. And I'd stepped in a little bit later, anyways. So I'm like, I didn't clock that. Just like, oh, I thought she wrote this letter to him and really wanted to hand it off to him.
And we were just flying on this idea that like here we were invited to this special club with this amazing band where Bruno Mars is happening to sing at, and you know we run into his songwriter, and I was just like, this is all just too cool.
Yeah.
This is too cool.
It was a cool, fun moment
because it was too cool.
Yeah.